What's up, guys? Next thing I wanted to do is I bought this 30-foot Big Tex pipe trailer from an individual local to me, and needs just a little bit of work, nothing major. I need to get some round stock to fit inside these pockets. I think I'm gonna weld some more pockets out on the outermost portion of this pipe, so I can haul a wider load of pipe. They cut all they call them weld-on winches. Basically, they're like you can put your straps in there and roll your straps up, tighten them down. They hook on this side, so I need to weld those. Weld those back on. Needs new tires. I'm gonna go ahead and replace the bearings. It pulled kind of crappy. It was kind of bouncy. It's been sitting for like 6 or 8 years, so I know it's got some flat spots in the tires. So I'm gonna get these tires replaced. Probably replace the bearings, because like I said, it hadn't been moved in I don't know how long. Probably replace bushings on the leaf springs if it needs it. I'll pull those off and check it. And then it needs a few lights here and there. It needs a little bit of wiring redone, but I paid $1,000 for it, so you know that's a heck of a steal. These go for $4,000 or $5,000 around here, if not more. So with a little bit of work I got to do, excluding my time, that's a heck of a steal. So yeah, let's get going. All right, well, that was like the biggest thing I ever tried to pick up with this, at least. That's just a little too much weight for the truck. The winch could have done it, but it was getting a little sketchy with how low the truck was starting to drop. I don't want to tear anything up on my truck. I use this every day for work, so I decided, you know what, do it one side at a time. Here's my problem why it was riding so bumpy. Look how flat that is. I mean, there's just a flat spot in that. All right, so this has been sitting for some time. Wow, listen to that. And look at all that. That's crazy. Wow. Let's see how this one sounds. That one sounds good. That bearing might not be bad, but if I'm gonna replace one, I'm gonna replace all. It's kind of rule of thumb for most things. If you're gonna do one, do them all. I'll have to actually take the axles down to check the bushings. This one isn't as bad. Oh wow, I can't even get this one to, wow. Ugh. Goodness gracious. That one's locked up. Yeah, you see, we're gonna replace all these because that's no good. Goodness gracious. Well, I'd say that brake's pretty toast. That just fell apart completely. Alright, so I went ahead and took off all these brake assemblies because I have a buddy who's giving me some off of some junk axles he's got at his property. So I'm about to go pick those up. But I wanted to show you, these have a 5-bolt pattern. These are 6,000 pound, these are brakes for a 6,000 pound axle, or you know how it is online whenever you look them up. It has this number here, and you can look up this number. It tells you what side it is, and that'll tell you what brake assembly you need. The 6,000 and 7,000 pound will fit on this. I believe this is a 7,000 pound axle. It's got 8 lugs, and but I'm just gonna go ahead and go back with the 6. Something else I did real quick to, you know, I was sitting here thinking, you know, I need to replace all these bushings, and so I pick up right here on this, just a little bit on the axle here, and I can move this thing up and down, which makes me think that those bushings are no good, and they aren't nothing to change. So what I'm gonna do real quick is I'm gonna go ahead and drop one, take a look. Wow, I don't know how well you can see that, but that's been riding like that for quite a while. See that where it's been wallered out? Wow. Let's do the other side. I don't know how well you can see that, but they had some weight on this trailer. Might be better to replace that. I don't know. Wow, look at that one. Crazy. That one's not near as bad. But that's there's your bushing. That's what's left of it. All right. That one also isn't terrible. Needs to be replaced though. All right, check this out. My buddy works, he owns a trailer repair shop, and he had a ton of axles just sitting around. A lot of them new. People just overload them on their first couple loads, way overload them, tear them up. So he went ahead and gave me 3 of these drums, which this one has actually been sitting out for quite a while, so I'll have to clean that up good, take those races out, make sure they're good. But he also gave me 4 new brakes, 2 left, 2 right. These are actually practically brand new, so you know, they still got a ton of life left on them, and he gave them to me, so that's awesome. So we are going to see if we can find, let me show you. So these are little nylon bushings that go inside of these leaf springs, just like that. Obviously they're supposed to be full, but this is what they look like. They don't really do much good, but they do help keep these bolts from getting wallered out pretty quick. So I want to see if I can find some of those and then get all this put back together and start working on some wiring. Just like that. Okay, we got some parts. I got this new nylon bushing or sleeve. Got some new bolts and whatnot. So let's get those installed. Is that snow? Snow. Come here.
No. You're gonna go slow.
Yeah. Alright, I decided I'm gonna go ahead and replace these equalizers because they're, I mean, you can see there, it's all cracked and bent. And then underneath, I don't know how well you can see, but it's all cracked and split. They really overloaded this trailer at some point, so I went and there's a guy local who distributes parts, and he got me this whole kit for $140. You know, it comes with 2 equalizers. All the bolts I need, all the bushings, everything, and all my brackets, which, you know, I don't need these, but they're nice to have because if I ever build a trailer, I've already got this stuff, and I would only have to go buy these equalizers. They're about $40 online a piece. So for, you know, a little extra, I got everything. So, and I didn't have to wait. So yeah, cool, let's do it. All right, so that was pretty easy. I don't know how well you can see that, but there's a huge crack right here on the sleeve, and then these welds are actually broken too, the cracks on those, and that's just completely destroyed here, bent up. I mean, they really overloaded this trailer. That's wild. So, well, let's get the next one on. Now this is the other side. I don't know how well you can see that too. Golly. I'm glad I looked at those because that could have been bad. All right, we got these new hangers on both sides. This has a grease zerk fitting, so you can grease that that main bolt right here, the pivot point. I got new bolts everywhere on all sides, and I, you know, did the same on the opposite side. That was actually way easier than I thought it was going to be. That took me like 25 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. All I did was I jacked up my front axle to get the weight off of the back of this spring, and then I just unscrewed this one, left it there, unscrewed it, pulled the bolt out, let it hang a little bit, took the pressure off of that, took the pressure off this bolt here. There's nothing here because I took that bolt out, and it just slid out. Actually, I didn't even take those bolts out, I left them, and I just pivoted this and slid it out. It came right out. So these are super easy to do. Anybody can do them if you have the right tools, I suppose. So next we're going to start working on all the wiring. So I got to hook the truck up to the trailer and check all the wiring, all the lights and whatnot. Alright, so I got most of this wiring finished up last night. It got dark, couldn't see, so I didn't record much of it. But, and this wiring was done kind of different. I had to go through and figure everything out, but I have a diagram I use. I'll post that right now. That diagram I use, it shows what each of these pins are. That's how I have my truck set up. So that's what I used on this. And everything matched up here. Yellow, yellow, green, green, brown, brown. For the trailers, white is ground, black was my trailer brake, red is my auxiliary, which the red goes up to my battery, helps keep the battery charged. White obviously is ground. For the trailer brakes, you have it loops, you know, your trailer brake wire, your blue one from your plug from the truck, it loops, so it goes back to the trailer brakes on one, the other one loops around to your breakaway right there, loops around to the breakaway, and then the other side of the breakaway hooks into this module. Not every brake controller is like this, but the other side of the breakaway goes into this little module here. What happens is when you pull this, or when this pin gets pulled, it completes an electrical connection, and it sends a signal back to the brakes, locks them up. So that way, if this trailer comes unhooked while you're driving, you're not gonna lose your trailer, hopefully, if you have your chains hooked up. So I bought these lights on Amazon. Got here fast. I bought these, they're like 20 bucks for all 4 of them. For like $22. I ordered them Monday night, and it is Wednesday morning. They're already here. So let's get those installed. Alright, so I got all the brakes wired up on both sides. Haven't tested them yet, but I'm about to. I won't adjust them just yet. Well, I don't know, I might. We'll see. Let's try. Okay, so the way I set this up, I grabbed a piece of pipe, jammed it against the seat and the brake pedal. You can see my brake controller is going back and forth from 4.1, 4.2. I don't have it set up very high, just enough to engage these brakes good, and you can hear that hum. This one's good and it's locked up. This one's locked up. That one won't spin. This one on this side needs to be adjusted. It's got a little bit of drag on it. And this one is locked up. I ain't moving that. So the brakes are done. And then you can actually see the brake lights are on, which is great. That's what we need to double check on that too. So brake lights work. Let's disengage the brake and pull that brake away and see if it works. That right there is how you disengage that. Just pull the pipe, and then your breakaway, if you can get it out, Might take a little work. Don't work. Well, I don't know. Let's see. I don't think it does, but I didn't hear these lock up. No. That breakaway don't work. So that means we got to replace the breakaway. I should have bought one yesterday. I didn't. I was kind of hopeful that this one still worked, but it's pretty old. So I don't know how well you can see that, but one wire goes from the trailer brakes to the breakaway, and the other one goes from the breakaway period to a positive. And as you can tell, that's locked up now. That one's locked up. That one's locked up. And that one's locked up. So the trailer brakes work. I just need a new breakaway. So other than that, and a couple lights, this thing's done. It's ready. And tires. I actually bought tires. We're gonna mount them this weekend, so I'll try to get a video of that. All right, guys. Well, I thought I was recording, but I wasn't. I've been making the trailer fenders, but I wanted to show you that I got this jack fixed. It is straight up and down all the way. Camera died sometime last night and quit recording, so you know, you didn't get to see the whole thing. You didn't get to see most of it, but yeah, I fixed this jack down there, or the plate on the bottom, and got most of that bent back in right in there. This side same. Got the underside welded up, so all I need to do is put new bolts. I've already got those. Put new bolts. This is done. Put this new handle. It's nice. All right, I made these fenders out of scrapped diamond plate that I had here at the house. They don't look the best, but they don't look bad either. Unfortunately, I don't have enough to do the other side the same as I did this, so I'm having to piece it together on this other side. So that's two pieces. This was a 4-foot piece, and I welded it up right here in the middle. I put a piece right here to tie the two together. You can actually see how I did it there underneath. But those are two full pieces. This one I'm having to do in probably about 5 pieces. So I've got one side there, one side here. This is the side, you know, they go up, over, and then to the top. That's the front and back. And then I've got these two pieces that will be the very top, and then I'm going to have about a 4-inch gap that I'm going to have to fill with these as well. The camera is about to die, unfortunately, so I'm not going to be able to record it. I've got to charge up the batteries, but I will show you kind of, you know, the progress of it, and then go from there. All right, I got these fenders made. I didn't record it, sorry, but I just didn't. I used diamond plate. I think I already showed y'all one. If so, I'll just edit this out. But I got it painted now. I got the other side done. This one I had to piece together, so it's one piece here. Then this is another piece right in here. And then I have 2 small pieces here. And then I got another piece here and another full one here. It'll be perfect for this. And I also got new tires. So I got these new tires mounted today. And let's get them put on the trailer. All right, cool. All the tires are mounted, brand new tires. So now we need to adjust the brakes, and I'll show you how we do that. I've got this old brake assembly here. This is the adjuster here, and as you can see, it's got this little, I don't even know what to call this, but it's like a little adjuster nut, and it'll spin, which I can't get it to spin right now because it's so I guess you could say rusted on there, but it spins. And what you do is you have this hole here on this back side, and you can see that little nut right here on this back side, and you'll stick a screwdriver, something, and you'll pry on it, and you can either pry it up or down through this hole. You can either pry it up or down. If you pry it down, it opens up the shoe. If you pry up, it closes the shoe. So rule of thumb that I've always done is, if you can spin this tire medium effort and it spins 1 full rotation or 1.5 full rotation, that's where you need it. Well, that's how the fenders look with the tires on and the trailer on the ground. We got plenty clearance front and back, and even weighed down, I don't have to worry about them hitting anything. You know, there's plenty space between here. I don't have to worry about them hitting anything. There's no wiring in there, nothing to get tore up if I have a blowout. I'll probably take some expanded metal and just make another little pocket in here for, you know, miscellaneous stuff. So one of the next things I got to do is get some pipe or some round stock or something to put in these pockets. I got to build a new pocket over there. But what I am going to do next is put my little winches on there. So check this out. So I went and found a guy on Facebook selling all these straps right here, 30-foot straps, 5,400 pound working load rating, for $10 a piece. So 10, 20, 30, 40, $50 of straps here. I wanted 5 because I want to do 1, 2 in the front, 3, 4 in the back, and a 5th one possibly at the very end, just for safety. Well, the guy goes, "You need any of the winches?" I said, "Yeah, I was actually about to order them." He said, "I have 4 of them. I'll give them to you for like $70. Comes with the straps." So now I have 5 brand new straps, and I got 4 used. Granted, these might not be in the best of shape, but I don't know, we'll see. I have to get them unwound, but you know, for this, they'll be perfect. So I don't have to use those yet. And he gave me these 4 for like $70. I already had 1. That's 5. All of these are the bolt-on style, and by bolt-on, I'll show you how it works. It's got this little lip here, and you unscrew these screws. Once you get them unscrewed, they slide up on something like this, just like that, and then you tighten them down. This ain't easy to do one-handed. But like that. Now I'm not going to use them that way. What I'm going to end up doing I'm gonna cut those off, and then I'll take some channel iron like this on the other side, notch it out, weld it on, and weld that that winch to it, because I'm not going to be using them enough to worry about replacing them. So let's do that next. All right, I measured out 6 inches. That's how wide I want that. Want this to be on the pipe on the trailer, because that's 5.5 inches. So it gives me a 1/4 inch of space on either side. Not bad. So let me show you what I was talking about on how I want to do this. You can see where it used to be. I'm gonna put it on there like that, weld it up, and then weld my winches to it. Yeah, that'll be nice. That'll work real nice. So let me go ahead and get the other 4 of these cut out, because I'm gonna go ahead and do 5. So let's get 4 of these cut out now. All right, now that I got all 5 of those cut out, I'm gonna go ahead and cut these brackets off. I'm just gonna use the torch, kind of wash it away. So that might take me a minute, but yeah, let's do that next. Alright, well, I got 3 of them put on. In the middle of doing this one, this kind of tightened up on me. And so I whacked the side of it with a sledgehammer. I had my hand here, and I got my thumb. I whacked it pretty good. And it's been bleeding. It bled all night. Still bleeding today, right here on the side. Luckily, I mean, it's not broken. I can bend it, kinda, but it's swollen. It's so swollen, that's why it keeps bleeding. And I always tell people, don't put your fingers where you wouldn't put, you know, you can finish the rest. And I did that, and that's the outcome. So let that be a word of advice. Don't put your hands in front of a hammer. Don't put your hands somewhere you wouldn't put something else. So let's finish welding that one up and get those other 2 on and finish that up. Show you guys this crazy dog. He's like, no, I'm not doing it for y'all this time. Follow, come on, come on. Get up there. Get up there. Go to the next one. Come on. He's like, no, I fell last time.
Follow, come on. Follow, come on.
Follow, come on. Come on. You got this. You got it. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, good boy.
Come on. You gotta jump over like you did earlier. Oh, follow.
He's like, oh, good job. Good job.
Good boy.
They're good boys.
You can get one too.
Alright, well, I got these on. The welds came out pretty good. They don't look terrible. I got to make mounts for 2 of these straps to hook to. One here in the front and then one in the very back. But yeah, pretty cool. So now I've got 5 straps. Oh, I wanted to show you all this. I just bought this here in town for $100. It's a Wilton. Wilton 4.5-inch vise, bullet vise. Paid $100 for it. These are easily like $500–600. So that's a pretty cool steel right there. It's really windy out here, but I went and picked up some 6-inch channel iron, and I'm gonna cut it to 3 inches wide, and it goes on the pipe just like this. I'll have to notch it so it'll fit on there real nicely. I only have to cut 2 of them. I also bought this 7/8 round stock, and that will fit inside real nicely. All right, and we are finished. So an overview, I put new plug, new wiring, new breakaway, put a new battery, fixed the wiring, fixed the hitch. That thing was a mess. I bought this spare rim for $30, brand new, $30. I'll get an old tire mounted on it, nothing fancy. Put straps, added 2 of these strap hooks, fixed all the lights all the way, added all of these. I call them stakes, pipe stakes. I added 1, 2, 3, 4. I added 6 of them. I added 5 straps. I added all the mounts and the winches for the straps. I put new tires, new brakes, new drums, new equalizers, all new bolts, greased everything, greased all the bearings, greased the equalizers, anything that can take grease, I greased it. Let's see, again, put new lights on the back here, all these winches, the mounts and whatnot, put those on there. Oh, the fenders, I built these fenders, put these fenders on there, and yeah, that's it. So that was fun. Hopefully I get to put this to use soon. We'll find out in a couple weeks. I got some pretty big jobs I quoted that I'm waiting to hear back on. On to the next one.